Krishna, Krishna. Krishna, 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 Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Fanny, welcome. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Nityananda, 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 Nityananda. Nityananda, 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 Nityananda. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Krishna Chaitanya, Shri 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 Krishna Chaitanya, Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Krishna Chaitanya, Shri 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 Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Welcome everybody. Thank you for coming. Evo, welcome. Dean Smith, the dancer on the ceilings. And Lalita Ganga and Lalita Madhava, Govinda, Fanny. Yeah, welcome everybody. So we read a little Chaitanya Leela. I like this program. Morning, afternoon, and evening. It's a great. Get a little shot of Krishna here and there. How are you doing?
It's so nice.
Yeah, we need some transcendentalness in our lives periodically. Lots of periods of this. What is this here? Birth pastimes. All right, let's see the birth pastimes of Lord Chaitanya. Since we're around some householders here. Oh, master of the lives. Maybe in my future life I'll get married or something. Only if I can have Lord Chaitanya as a child. I like the low maintenance. O master of the lives of the Gadadhar and Narahari, O supreme Lord, please cast your merciful glance on all the conditioned souls. Please cast your merciful glance on all the conditioned souls. O Lord Gaurachandra, glory, glory to you. Glory, glory to Lord Gauranga. Glory to Gadadhar. And glory to Narahari. Glory to all powerful Nityananda. Glory, glory to Advaita Charya. Glory, glory to Advaita Charya, who is Lord Shiva himself. Glory, glory to the great devotees of Lord Gauranga. The great devotees of Lord Gauranga, the intimate associates, glory to them. You know, if you glorify them, the Lord is very pleased. Yeah. You know why? Because they're hidden usually, and most of the world considers them like those cowherd boys were considered by the Brahmins like nothing. You know, like neophytes. Like you know, who are you guys? You know, see, the world doesn't acknowledge. Right? At least at first, just like Jesus Christ. You know, they liked his healings. They came for the healing, and then they went away. You know, but those 11 were sincere. They thought, hey man, let's give up everything to follow him. You know, that's pretty amazing actually. That's why they got so much mercy. Most of them just came for the healing and went away. They didn't have cameras like now. See here, isn't it amazing? This Kali Yuga, the Lord has made it so easy. It's almost like these cameras, you think, you know, these people using these cameras to benefit the false ego. Yeah. Here we use the cameras to benefit the real ego. You know, we we inflate Lord Chaitanya's ego. You know, it's already inflated. You know, but we just you know, inflate that. We praise the true nature of God, the true nature of his pastimes and teachings, the true nature of his real devotees. See, and that's the secret how to get out of this. You have to learn to discern who are the real devotees, intimate associate of Lord Chaitanya. Glory, glory to the great devotees of Lord Gauranga. I place my head in the dust of all their feet. Now I will speak of the Adikanda. Please listen attentively. Yeah, Christians still go for the healings. Yeah. Yeah, Krishna devotees too. You know, there's one guy who came on my, I don't think he even comes to our things, but I think he's sending these form letters. I'm suffering. Please heal me. Send your prayers to me. You know, and I think he gives this to all the devotees. You know, it's like they're looking for the healings. So I told him, I wrote him back. I said, well, you know, why don't you come here and you'll get so much more. This is a special opportunity. You know, come in here and chant with the devotees who have ecstasy since you're a Christian devotee. You know, so um, you know, you'll probably get your healing of your soul and may probably your body and all kinds of things. Good things happen here. Yeah. So that's preaching. Yeah. See, people need to know. I mean, especially if they use the name Krishna and all that. Oh, hey, man, you're looking for Krishna? Hey, come over to Lord Chaitanya's Amazing Grace place. We have the real Krishna, the transcendental Krishna. Yeah, yeah. They may not. It may not register, but that's the truth, right? Maybe somebody will pay attention. Maybe they'll take you up on coming to Lord Chaitanya's Grace Place. I think that's what it's coming to. I'm starting to feel that more. Like, hey, this is what's going on here. Why are you going anywhere else? Why are you going into illusion? Why do you go to these gurus who have no ecstasy? They, they have no, they're not really spiritual yet. They're not even awakened. Why go to them? Why not go to the awakened devotees, the intimate associates of Lord Chaitanya? Right? Doesn't it make when they see that you're really confident and it's really real for you, and you speak about like, hey man, this is reality, man. What are you doing over there? And it's like it's kind of unusual, right? Everybody's glorifying those who don't have the awakening of devotion yet. So, it's like, see, the truth sets you free of all this ignorance. All this ignorance is we're praising people. Oh, Trump, you're so fantastic. Oh, you're going to lead the world. You're going to save the world. Yeah. And he, actually his hands are tied. All of them. They can only do what the Lord inspires them, but they're not even real devotees yet. Real devotees have real wealth. Like I was saying to Noodles, like even about, I say Bitcoin is really nice and everything, but actually, yeah, it's nice and it's got very nice qualities, but it can't deliver you out of illusion. That's why Bhakti first, Bitcoin second. Otherwise, Krishna would be very pissed off at me, if I reversed things. No, you got to see. I mean, that's intelligent. Around money is important to, it's the grease in the world, greases things up, but that's okay. But bhakti it delivers us from the cycle of birth and death. It awakens our soul's eternal relationship with God when we become really set free. You come here, I'm not exaggerating. You'll become like Narada Muni very easily. I mean, praising Narada Muni. Hey, chop, wake up, you Jeev Jagos. Hey, come on, man. This is where you want to, praising Narada Muni. Hey, you have the opportunity. Lord Chaitanya's grace is here. He wants to make a lot of Narada Munis and even more than that. Because his grace is very powerful. It's very powerful here. If you believe this message, and I don't blindly believe, come here. You've not seen any show like this. There ain't no preaching like this. You come and find out and see that the empowerment from the Transcendental Lord is here. I mean, that's why I'm convinced. I come here every day. I come here to be used by the Lord. Oh, my Lord, make me an instrument of thy peace. No, that's okay. No, my Lord, you make me an instrument of your transcendental restlessness. Yeah, your transcendental qualities and understanding them, preaching. Oh Lord, you come here so I can use you to preach the glories of your potency, your transcendental potency. Preach your glories. I got to use you, Lord. You got to use me. I got to use you. It's the way it works. One hand washes the other. It's a business deal. I made a covenant with the Lord. That's why I always like that word covenant, what the Christians use. That's a very uncommon word. To make a covenant with God, that's a business deal. You make a deal with the Lord. The Lord said, you follow my, you see, what?
They say that, right? I mean, like generally when you expect something out of the Lord, you can't they like, you can't be making deals with him. Yeah. Then why can't we make deals with him? We should be able to make it if he's on that personal level. I think we should be able to make deals. I mean, we go with what we want. and he tells what he wants out of us. He surely does care. Yeah, he gets pissed off when we do certain things, and he reciprocates in that way. So it's like, going hand in hand. You tell me what you want, I'll tell you what I want, and then we live in harmony together, kind of a thing.
Exactly. That's how it works, man. Hey, you didn't know? I'm a what do they call it? CEO?
Yeah, CEO.
CEO. I'm a CEO in this company, man. Did you know that? I'm a CEO in this Lord Chaitanya's amazing the company. I'm a company man. I'm working for the company. You want to work for the company? You can do it. You can come here, man. We'll give you a company car. You can travel to Vrindavan every day. No problem, man. Yeah, you become part of this company, man. And here's the deal, man. Here's the new covenant for the Vaishnavas. Go ahead, but
No, I mean, I'm thinking for people, I think there should be some kind of unrest from wherever they are to actually inquire or become inquisitive about getting the Lord, isn't it? If they just make peace, I'm like, it's good to shop around for these kind of stuff. It's only then we can bump into this, like we have bumped into this. So, but the thing is, once you start experiencing and you start seeing that there is a difference, and then it's about letting getting grips with your false ego and sticking ourselves here. If you are being genuine enough, Maharaj, you can't be shopping elsewhere after you have come here. We can't watch anybody talk spiritual practice more than a minute or two. Oh my God, it's so inconvenient. And we can't do it. You are like, you come here and you're glued. And that's when you are being genuine enough, and then you don't let the your opinion or basically the false ego get under control of that. Then I think it's easy. Otherwise, I think it's Maya tries its best to kick us off from there, I think.
Of course. Yeah, well, that's the grace is the Lord gave you realization was going here, but that comes because of being around. Some is like that, the Lord give you realizations. And that's why I say I'm not looking for any blind believers or followers. No, that's for people. They trick you and lie to you and deceive you. They have to use those kinds of ways, and that's the ways of the demons, the ways of even the demigods. Because they don't have this power. The power of truth, and the truth is so powerful. It's so wonderful. And this is what we hear. You come here, we'll just feed you truth, man. Wake up your relationship with Krishna. And this is the most rare thing in that's ever been here. Just like it's very rare to have Lord Chaitanya and Krishna first, and then Lord Chaitanya once every 4,320,000,000 years, or that Kali Yuga to Satya Yuga cycle 27 times. And then on the 28th, Krishna appears. And then Lord Chaitanya after that. And that's it. Then you got to wait for that to happen again. The revelation disappears after Kali Yuga. Because it has to be the revelation. The Lord has to actually come, right? Or Krishna too. Otherwise, there's no revelation. See? And so then you're following whatever is here. Maybe there's a Jesus or something that gives you that kind of oneness level type thing. Maybe a little bit of the Holy Spirit and you get something, but not like this Lord Chaitanya. It's very special. Just like this preaching, you see, this shows you, if you come here long enough, you'll see this preaching is special. Hey, nothing like this. That's the way it is. Lord Chaitanya is a very uncommon avatar, and his real associates are very uncommon. If you come here for 30, 60 days and you're sincere, you'll see there's no preaching like this. Nowhere. No realizations being dispensed like this anywhere. No ecstasy like this dispensed anywhere. You can go back into the Narayan Raj thing. You go to the Radhakund Babaji's, you go to ISKCON, and you'll be bored, man. You'll think, hey, man, let's go back to the video games or something. Like this guy said, people will be bored. They got no mission in life. And that mission will be boring to you. Think, hey, man, let's just get on with Lord Chaitanya's amazing mission. Distribute this grace, relish this grace, taste this grace. Yeah, wake the world up, man. What else is there to do, really? Wake the world, wake them the fuck up. Everybody's asleep. Yeah, you're asleep. These gurus cannot, they prove that they can't wake you up. I didn't find one Narayan Raj disciple awake. Being an intellectual about this relationship with God and not actually having it, it's like a child, that has no knowledge. I see a bunch of children. Jesus saw the same. He says, I see this world, a bunch of children. They're not mature. They don't understand truth. The truth is the relationship with the Lord, real, honest, genuine, deep, and you'll see the fruit of that relationship is uncommon Krishna conscious revelation and realization. The uncommon ecstatic taste for the Lord's transcendental potency, His presence. The uncommon, unusual. This is all listed in Prabodhananda Saraswati's preaching, because he saw the same thing. He taught the same thing. I love preaching this thing. This is what is meant to be now, is that kind of preaching. Give up all these other paths that are slow and practically useless, and just come get this mercy. Come get delivered out of illusion once and for all in this lifetime. You don't believe me? Well, how about believe the works the Lord is doing, Lord Chaitanya is doing, delivering so many people. They're getting spiritual experience, spiritual realization, spiritual ecstasy. See, their consciousness is becoming in touch with the frequency of spirit, which is beyond the material universe. See? And that's what you bring in. If you come here, that you become spiritualized. It's like an iron going into a fire and being transformed into fire. That's our job, man. Yeah, come and, listen to the devotees getting the mercy and being vocal about it. And then you'll see, hey, man, even the disciples become great scholars. They become Bhakti Vedantas. Bhakti Vedanta. If you know Guru Tattva, that means you know automatically you become qualified to understand Rasa Tattva, Krishna Tattva, Gora Tattvas, all these truths about Lord Chaitanya, His value, His teachings, Radha and Krishna's relationships, the Rasa dances, all these things. All these things you can see, hear, learn here from here. Yeah. That's why these sayings of Jesus and Lord Chaitanya, they endure forever. They're beautiful. And of the devotees like Prahlad, what they say, they teaching all about this relationship with the Lord. Didn't Prahlad have a very intimate relationship with the Lord? And a symptom of that is great devotional ecstasy. And the symptom of real devotional ecstasy is conclusive understanding. And not the fake stuff like some we mention all the time. I don't want to feel like mentioning his name. The ones who have another kind of feeling that's not like this. It's watering the weeds of the false ego. It's a contaminant. Just like Vaidhi Bhakti is a contaminant for what we're doing. See? And inconclusiveness is a contaminant. If you don't know Guru, if you reject your Guru where you get bhakti and you see others getting real bhakti, which you don't see anywhere else, and you reject them, isn't that a bit of a donkeyish idea? Donkeyish? You're not thinking clearly, are you? Okay? Here you see people, that you claim that was your Guru for 6 years. And, for Johan, I just mentioned his name, Johan. Okay. See? Hee-ha, Johan, hee-ha. Oh, poor guy. Yeah, you need it, man. This is your medicine. Take your medicine. Yeah, and then they have something and some kind of laughing and all this stuff, and then they inconclusive. Oh yeah, this is what I got from You see, I'm a pure devotee. Reject guru. What kind of conclusion is that? Do you like those? Do you hear any of that kind of stuff in songs that make you ecstatic?
No.
See? No, it's always glorifying the real guru that gets you the bhakti, right? He does the opposite. That's pretty donkeyish. See, that's the donkey demon intelligence. See? That's why you got to go to the real guru. And those are the blocks to the real Vrindavan. They block your way, man. The real guru removes all of it by their word. Their word is that word that removes the obstacle. Yeah. See, so this isn't for intelligent people. This philosophy is not for dum-dums. But it's not like you can study your way into it. It comes by faith. Faith in this path, and faith not born of blindness, faith born of knowledge and experience. Then that's why you become way shower. That you show the way to get into the kingdom. You teach Guru Tattva. You know, and then that's the door. Yeah, you convince them by your own experience, like Lalita. She if you're not convinced by that which she got, the result of her following that way, you're dum-dum. You're a hee-haw. You're the donkey. Don't tell me. You think I'm impressed with Narayan Raj so-called intelligence? I look at you. Are you a hee-haw? Are you a donkey? Are you donkey intelligence? What, you don't see a devotee like that who's teaching the real way to get real bhakti quickly, and you don't believe in their ecstatic worship and their revelations they get? That's not very smart. So I don't expect me to praise you as a great scholar like your neophyte followers do. Oh, very good. All that intellectual stuff. You know what I'm looking at, and any real devotee is looking at is, can you recognize where the transcendental potency is? Boom, that's the intelligence. That's true intelligence. That's why Fanny is intelligent. Amy is intelligent, even though they never studied anything. Or anybody here that develops faith that the real God is being preached here. That's intelligence, not having a position as spiritual master and having thousands of followers, but you can't recognize the transcendental potency that Noodles can recognize, that Fani can recognize, that others can recognize here. Because they come here and they heard here and they experience real truth here, and they go beyond the superficialities of Vaidhi land. See, what do we got here? Lita says that's always the problem, the inconclusive conclusions, because they lack of growth. Yeah, you can't grow in that sanghas. In Vaidhi Bhakti, you cannot grow because they don't even know what is transcendental. They even think often their rules and their ceremonies are transcendental. They think you get a banana and a fire and a thread. You're a big Brahmin and you're a liberated soul and all your sins are gone, but you can't chant the holy name in ecstasy. Hey man, don't give me all that superficial bullshit. I'm looking at, hey man, your sins are forgiven with that banana. Let's see you chant Hare Krishna in ecstasy if you're in our line. Let's see you relish the mellows of devotion if you're in our line. Otherwise, you're not in the line. It's like Ramachandra Puri in the pastimes was not in the line. See, he couldn't relish transcendental mellows. He was against his own guru, just like Johann. See, he was a Johann. See, Johann, you want to know where you fit in the pastimes? We got a place for you, Mr. Putana, Mr. Kalya, speaker now, Mr. Donkey Intelligence. See, we got a place for you. We can use this. Also in the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya, more recent, you're a Ramachandra Puri. See, you go and you want to teach your guru, right? You think you know more your guru. That's you, Johan. That's you, Madhusudan. That's you, Christina. That's you, Shamagori, and whoever else is going there and being contaminated like that. That's where you fit. You're lucky I'm telling you this, because you're going to find out when you drop the body. You're going to go and, oh, Prabhupada, I got our little Sangha here and I want to go into the gates. See, I'm an intimate associate, and the Lord is going to just look at you just like, and the residents also going to look at you. Prabhupada will look at you just like we look at you. This is your chance now to rectify that, because what you're getting here is what you're going to get when you drop the body. This is your chance to repent. You know, repentance means, wow, I was full of bullshit. So anyway, maybe you will, maybe you won't. In some life you will, because even Putana was delivered, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she was delivered, and it happens. Look, Kalya got purified. He couldn't stay in Vrindavan, though, because he had this high volume of poison. So he was kicked to the outskirts. Krishna said, I got a place for you. Okay, you recognize my authority now? Okay. You stay on the outskirts. You still got a high volume of poison, and I need to protect the residents here. So you'll do that job. You'll be the guard over there on the outside. You keep these ones who want to jump. See? That's why I'm preaching to the jumpers here. You know, this morning I gave a little bit of talk to the jumpers. You want to jump? No, no jumping here. You follow the process. When you try to jump the fence, you know, like people want to jump the fence, you know, to get over where some good place is or something. This fence just gets higher. You cannot you cannot outsmart Krishna. You try to jump the fence into Vrindavan territory, the fence just goes up. It's almost like on some kind of electric fence that goes up further. You try to jump over. I want to jump over Guru Dev. You know, the fence goes up and you hit the fence and bounce back.
You know what, Maharaj? It just there is this pastime of Krishna and Yashoda, if you remember, where she tries to tie him up with the rope, and she cannot actually do it until she, surrenders to him, or just does it with love, kind of thing. Her love ties him up together, and that love is you can get that love through a pure devotee. I mean, love there is symbolically is a guru here. I mean, or a devotee who has it.
Yeah. Well, you have to come to the devotees who have it, because it's so hard to attain. It's all in the verses. The direct path is in the verses. And it's amazing. Don't expect me to praise gurus who teach the opposite of the verses. Krishna says it's not by austerity, or Lord Chaitanya taught, it's not by austerities or renunciation or sadhana bhakti or regulative devotional service or varnashram dharma that you attain that love, or no, that Krishna Vrindavan. See, the Krishna, to know his transcendental qualities. It's through devotion. See, only devotion you can attain that Krishna. And also in a similar verse, and only through the devotees who chant the holy names in great ecstatic devotion, which we have here. And if you don't recognize, don't tell me you're Guru Dev and you don't recognize it. You're no spiritual master in the true book. Your name is not in the book of life, and you can't give life to others because you're not in the truth. You got to be an example of an empowered leader. Empowered, leading people to the transcendental world. That means you got to be chanting the holy name with that ecstatic relish and be very conclusive to show that you know what you're talking about. Yeah. And that's the problem. and that's why you spend 30, 60 days here sincerely, listening attentively. There's no reason why you shouldn't really get a good experience. You shouldn't, you'll get this. A lot of people takes years because a lot of times they got, this inattentiveness. That's just the way they are. They're slow. They can't really focus. They're multitaskers, doing different things and stuff. But those when you really listen and sincerely, because you really, wow, because what am I preaching? The glories of devotion to the Lord, man. Devotion, the glories of intimate association. If you want that, well, that's what you can get here. And then from that, you get everything, man. You get your healings. You get whatever, whatever. Seek the kingdom of God and all else is added. You'll have your needs. You'll have a great understanding. The Lord will lead you behind still waters. You'll be like that analogy in the Bible. You'll be rooted right next to a river. See, your roots will be right next and draw water from the river. See, that river of the Spirit. See, that's Lord Chaitanya taught the same thing. He said, those who live next to the Ganges are very lucky, or the Yamuna, very lucky to be born and to live on the banks of the Ganges. See, because you can draw that purification by being close to even the breeze that comes from the Ganga. And you know what? And that's slow purification compared to meeting a real devotee who speaks to you, who emanates this that you can't see from the river there. You can't hear those transcendental vibration talks of a real devotee. That's why it works faster here.
If you can ask, right?
You can ask, inquire.
And you can correct yourself much quickly. When somebody talks to you, like, with Prabhupada as well, right? He's supposed to be a pure devotee, but he's not around, and his books are being changed as such. Even if they're not changed, it's so difficult to actually read what's in there because you see what you hear, kind of a thing. Right? People just keep talking about the rules, and that's all you see, even though it's the same book. You pick up and read. You focus on mercy, so we can see mercy there. Right. Then until then, all we saw was just a bunch of rules in the same book. So if the person who's written is not around, you can't really go inquire or ask. When you are here, it becomes easier for us. We just have anything, we come to you, you sort out for us. And I think that's maybe one of the reasons why the purification is so fast in here, because
and also, see, even with Prabhupada being around, still, he wasn't teaching these things. He was, that's why you can go in the books, they're there. That's why he loved writing the books, so he can get into the confidential truths. And then like going to a job, a person goes to a job, you go to your job, you act superficially. Well, that's rules and regulations for a devotee of the stature of Prabhupada or Bhaktisiddhanta. They were doing their work here, and the order of the work of the mission was, okay, first establish, get these people working. They have a lot of them, they have ulterior motives for doing this service. They're looking at your pockets and they want to be guru and all that. Get them working, get them distributing the books or doing some editings and stuff like that. Practical, get them serving Krishna, working for Krishna, Varnashram Dharma. Get this thing going like that. So that's the message you got from devotees, just like people got from Moses, the Moses type rules, regulations, all of that. Get them to follow the commandments, don't bonk your mother. They were doing shit like that. They were having sex with animals, and they had no real rules, no human type rules. See, so that make you a human being. So they were murdering people, and there's no law against that. See, there was no law. See, so Moses set the law down: thou shalt not murder, thou shalt. See, these things. So get things going, and then Jesus comes along, And the new message from that same Lord was a more intimate one, the more powerful one, more grace and mercy in that message. So yeah, it's progressive. The same thing now. Okay, Prabhupada came to bring the Lord Chaitanya's mission here into the world. And so with our line, the whole line's been working towards that. And we're part of the real line now. The real line is to come to the next platform, which is this ecstasy worship. Do you like this ecstasy better? Yeah, of course. It's juicy. It's more intimate. It's you get revelations of and relish for the treasure of truth. See, it makes you more ecstatic, and now you start to understand the happiness of God. You become qualified to sport with the Lord. That all happens here. Yeah. And these other sanghas, I don't care, they go by name Raganuga, some of them, but there's no real raga. There's no rasa. It's all in their minds. So this is really the first fruit of something real, complete. You can complete this, not just Raganuga in mind only, Raganuga in heart, and in conclusive understanding too. See, it's only with transcendental intelligence that you can see. Yep. They still like to swim in the ocean of nishas. That's also something Vaidhi Bhaktas don't know. They cannot preach the glories. Yeah, they can't preach the real intimate glories, the conclusive. They just don't have that capacity. And it's not for them to do, but it's for us to do. Yeah, to hang you ever see that tarot card with the hermit, the teacher card? He's hanging a lantern out, see? And he's sitting there. See, he's an old ancient. So that's the real, you have to attain that ancient Lord who's lived a long time. Yeah, and teach on his behalf those principles. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Krishna. See, I place my head in the dust of their feet. These intimate devotees, every verse is always basically saying the same thing. Put your head in the dust of their feet. Man. When you pay your obeisances to a real devotee who gives you conclusive, intimate truths that actually may even destroy your whole illusion, but still you offer your obeisance there because you know it's right. See, to do that. See, then that obeisances to that dust liberates you. And the dust is also, this is the dust. The dust is the value. See, the dust is that saffron particles of truth that you get from devotees. When you give obeisances like respect and honor and respect to the preaching of the true glories of the Lord, even though it's uncompromising, even though the truth points out the truth and oversteps the etiquette of like this idea of offensive, this is offensive. See, the truth is offensive to those who are not real devotees yet. And that's so many. The truth is offensive. See, because people believe in illusion. They believe in, see, these Shastra, my happiness is just to tell the truth. Just to say, oh yeah, the intimacy, this, when I read this, I go in here, I don't pick out superficial verses or truths. Oh, just pay obeisances to any devotee. That's paying obeisances to Lord Chaitanya. See, that's slow. That's not conclusive. That's not cutting to the chase. That's not real conclusive. Like, oh yeah, pay your obeisances to the devotees who have realized their relationship with Lord Chaitanya and have the proof of that. See, give respect to them See, and not like give them the most respect. They're the ones who, if you respect, you're respecting the truth. They are represent the truth. Their word is representative of the truth. But if you give that same honor that is meant for the pure devotees who are used by the transcendental Lord, but you give it over to the speculators, speculating, even though they have the name guru, even though they have the authority of these GBC clerks who are nothing, anything, they're just part of the organization, but nothing spiritual yet. But you believe that these people can deliver you. They can't. That's a lie. See, that's a deception. That's part of Maya. See, so if you do that, that's the result you're going to get. Basically, a nada. Nothing really. You work a lot and maybe there's some material progress you make, you become a Brahmin. Okay? But if you hear preaching like this, and I say, come here and see what real transcendentalness is, and you begin to experience that and recognize that because you're sincerely looking for the transcendental Lord and where he's working in this world, because that's where you're going to be delivered. Nowhere else. Delivered from illusion by that truth that they know. Okay? If you don't believe what I'm preaching right here, then you consider yourself a devotee, you'll do the opposite of what I say, right? And you'll go to these other people and give them honor and respect, and you'll hear from them, right? So it's time to divide. We don't, it's same preaching. Jesus, don't think, he said, don't think I came to promote peace. I came with a sword to cause division. See, hey, you want to worship the illusion? You want to worship the obstacles to Vrindavan? Go over there. You want to worship and understand the truth of Vrindavan? Do you want to be with real Vrindavan awakened devotees who have that bhav and ecstasy? Come over here. It's the reaping. This is the time to reap what has been sowed who knows how long ago. Just like Jesus did. He reaped what he didn't sow, and he said, I'm appointing you also to reap what you didn't sow. See, we're here. We're not the grim reapers. Okay? This is the mercy reaping. Okay? So we come to reap what the sages and saints have sowed so many times before. How do you know that's this time? Because I'm saying, we're teaching things that have not been taught in a very long time, openly.
Maharaj, if I mean, like, when you're talking about these ISKCON stuff and all that, yeah, that they train you or whatever you do can get you to be a Brahmin at the max, yeah. That's again like all these castes, whatever Brahman or Shudra, Kshatriya, whatever, they are innate natures, and they were actually based on natures of a person, right? It's not like you are born into those families. You innate that, you have them in you, so you are designated to be that. If everybody is being trained to be a Brahmin, if that is the only way of achieving Lord, why would he actually? I mean, like, it doesn't make sense, right? Because you're changing your true nature to get the Lord. Why? How could you even get the Lord if you are not being true to yourself, and if you do not know your own self, or you're changing? You're basically altering everything. That's not natural. That's anyways causing depression. Yeah, that will eventually lead to that. But then it's not true. You can't get. It's so illogical. If I now to me, it's. But yeah, previously I was convinced that's the only way. You become that to get the Lord. But we can't be doing that, isn't it? I mean, yeah, thinking.
Yeah, of course not. Yeah, this is the thing. This is the issue. This is what they're actually, the Radhakund Babajis, they were saying, you can't make a Brahmin. Brahmins have that nature when they come here. So that's been a little controversy. The Gaudiya Math said we can make Brahmins. And Prabhupada also said, yeah, we're going to make Brahmins. We're going to make sannyasis. But you know what Prabhupada did, you know, what he realized? When he started to make sannyasis, these guys were falling down all over the place and they weren't real sannyasis. He says, God, you know, he says, okay, I'm going to make sannyasis, but not of the types that were before. But you see, that's the hard, long path, a lot of bewilderment. See, so you try, say, okay, that's what you see. You come here, you'll learn the real Bhagavatam. That's not the real Bhagavatam to make Brahmins. You know, the real Bhagavatams were those persons who were already Brahmins. You know, they were sages even. And they said, you know what? We don't want to spend our lives learning to practice to become proficient Brahmins and renouncers of the world. Please, Sutta Goswami, give us a quick path so that we can realize that absolute truth. That we can spend our whole lives and it's still material, Varnashram Dharma and all that stuff. So give us a quick path. Vedavyas was in the same position. The Bhagavatam, this, what you're hearing now, no one has said. The book says, but nobody picks it up. Prabhupada also knew these things, but still he made Brahmins. Bhaktisiddhanta wrote a whole thing about how terrible mass groups of religion, he says, it destroys the real spirit. But yet he started like a religion, you know, got people to follow the religious rules and regulations. What are you going to do? That's mercy, actually. Eventually, it's like Krishna does. He destroys what is not transcendental for our benefit. He destroys our misconceptions. He sets everything straight, and we're part of that. Yeah. Look, if you can understand this preaching, that it's not about being a Brahmin or a sannyasi. Lord Chaitanya, this is Lord Chaitanya's teachings. He says, I'm not a Brahmin, I'm not a Sudra, I'm not anything. I'm a servant of the Lord. I want to be engaged in the transcendental service of the Lord. He went to his guru and said that sincerely. Listen, I want to chant like you. That's Raghunuga Bhakti. If you're not saying you want to chant like the ecstatic devotees who get intoxicated by the holy name, then you know you won't accept the real path. You got to follow in the footsteps of Lord Chaitanya. You got to eventually be that. Otherwise, you'll be in the Vaidhi pile for who knows how long. You know? And then if you get bored there, because you know, then you'll maybe go to Buddhism or Jesus or something, and wander around to this path and that path. That's neophyte. Prabhupada said the neophyte, you're in a dangerous position still. Only Madhyamadikari are you safe. Madhyamadikari is you have the awakening devotion because you're with the real spiritual master. See, that's the safe position. If you're sincere, you'll be like Ishvara Puri was with his guru. He got the mercy, became Madhyamadikari, and he chanted and he served his guru sincerely, became Uttam, and became worthy of being a spiritual master because the Lord lived in him in a mature stage. Yeah, that's what I was talking about this morning. Yeah. And people that come to you will be, you'll be their guru. You'll be, the Lord will give you to them, give them to you. And if they make it to the point of not being fixed in that position, as this is my eternal spiritual master. He is my Lord, birth after birth. Do you remember? It says that in the song. Oh, you think it's just a bunch of words? No, you need to find that kind of guru in some lifetime. You know, if you want to complete your bhakti process, so you can do it, and that's why we have an opportunity here to do that. Yeah. Otherwise, it's just a bunch of why even listen to the songs if they're not true? If you don't have such a spiritual master in this life, he is my Lord, birth after birth. Okay? Is that an ego trip on the behalf of the guru? Are they thinking like, no, it's just the way it works, man. You know, the Lord manifests in those kind of devotees. They're divine mediums for the Lord. It's like they're the mailbox, and literally, and you deliver your heartfelt letter of praise to the Lord through them, as them. And a devotee's never thinking he's God. I never preach that, do I? Matter of fact, I'm always chastising people, even in our Sangha, that have that mentality. And I will not stop there. That's your opportunity to get that, because you don't want to like become, like this, like a lot of these paths. They like this I am path. I am bliss. Oh, dangerous one. No. We're teaching yoga Maya, devotional mellows, how to be a devotee forever, how to taste Krishna's bliss. See, Krishna is filled. He's a reservoir of bliss. He's an unlimited reservoir of bliss. And we're just these little atoms. But as soon as we think we're that bliss, independent of the Lord, you're screwed. You're cut off. Okay? Where our perfect position is to taste that unlimited bliss. And that's what happens. You get an unlimited, ever increasing, ever fresh experience of that bliss. That ecstasy, that rapture, those mellows. That don't go for that lesser path of trying to be God, identify with God. I am this, I am that, I am, it's a bewildering. This is better to Krishna is that. Let me taste that. Let me relish that transcendental quality of the Lord. Let me fill my little cup. It's pretty small, We're just the size of an atom. Doesn't take much, does it? See, and that's why that's accessible. Unlimited bliss, man, that way. Otherwise, you cut that off. I am bliss. I am love, right? Oh, you're going to leave God out of it? You're going to be cut off from the real love. And you know what you'll be filled with? Well, the Maya's everywhere, right? The illusion's everywhere. Easy to access. All these crazy ideas and thoughts will start coming in. Weeds. Because we got to be filled with something, man. We got to have some kind of life, right? So you get life from the illusion, or you get life from the truth. Okay? You want to get life from the transcendental Lord, the transcendental potency. You want to dip your beak in that, and eat that food and taste that drink. Taste the glories of the name. Oh, that's how you do it. And you'll go on tasting forever this way. Now you're in the perfect position. This is Bhagavan realization. You're a devotee to serve that Lord and taste his glories and her glories and the devotee's glories. See? And in this way, the Lord is tasting. You're having a picnic with the Lord. He's tasting. You as a devotee are tasting. That's Yoga Maya. I like that position. Does anybody else want that? Do you have that position? Yeah, that's intimacy. You see, practical intimacy. Can't get more practical than that, huh? Having picnic with the Lord. What do you think that represents? Does anybody know? Only a real resident of Vrindavan knows and can explain it. Otherwise, you're all speculating. I just tell you what the Lord's showing me in this path, on this path. I love having this picnic with Krishna every day. Picnic with Lord Chaitanya, picnic with his devotees. See, we're eating together, right? Isn't that a picnic? You eat together? How's it going over there? Yeah, good. All right, so let's bring a few devotees up here. How do we do this? Oh yeah, just go to the. Oh, do you have your little phone? Okay, yeah. So yeah, so anybody can come up now, and the link will be coming up. But you can go to the Attain, everybody, and scroll up a little bit, and you'll see the link there too. Krishna Hari Hari. Ooh. Does anybody want to come on? Please do. Lalita, welcome. How's your day going over there?
Oh, I slept a lot because I didn't sleep during the night. So
Oh, good. Yeah. What? It's hard to sleep now? Is it not? Is
just
it just,
it
just
happens, you know
it
me. You
happens?
know me.
Yeah.
I have those nights. Yeah, Guru Maharaj, you've got to experience it to be capable to talk about it. Otherwise, you're not conclusive. You really have got to um, have that relationship with Krishna, follow that process, going inside of that relationship and deepening, deepening, deepening. And then you're like you did all those years. And then you see how rich the teachings are. Otherwise, you stay on a certain level, you feel something, but you cannot really talk conclusively about Krishna.
Yeah, yeah. It comes by purification and just, like over the, day after day and week after week, year after year, even though like I had breaks because I got deviated this way, that way, but still you get back on the horse and Krishna holds everything. It's so great, this bhakti path, because the Lord actually gives us so much mercy in so many ways, so much help. Like this sangha is a mercy of the Lord to give us friendship too with real devotees in this time, which is very rare. I can't get any from the Vaidhi Bhaktas, any real friendship, really. It's another level. If they came here, we can become friends, but you gotta come to this platform. Can you imagine the Jonathan Livingston Seagull flying, because he was flying high, and he said, "Yeah, come on up here. Come on up." And those who would believe his word, they would come up and fly with him, or they go over and he'd teach them. You know, yeah, maybe he did come down, to their level and teach them how to fly if they wanted to. I guess that's what the Lord and devotees do. They come down to our level here and teach us how to fly.
Yeah, finding God, finding that a solution for that mystery, even if it's a drop. Every drop is so welcome to find out who he is and how he is, and to come closer and closer to him. Instead of studying it in theory, my God, it's so empty. I don't want to live for that, for another study, for another duty. Life has been one big duty for me. Another duty. Oh no, thank you. Now give me this escape now. Give me real life. You give me real life. You by planting that seed of devotion in the heart and by giving me the spirit, knowing now there is something else than this mundane. There is really something else.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Somebody.
that's what we're here to do, man. Give it's spirit. Learn the spiritual science.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's what it's all about, man. This. It's a great mission. It's a great. It's unique, and it's how people can complete their devotional service. It becomes whole. Now you become. You know, I'm so tired of looking at His holinesses without holy. It's
Yeah.
so
useless.
Such a lie, it's his holiness, and there's no holy, nothing but a bunch of holes.
Nobody is served by it. Nobody is served
No.
by another teaching that you cannot, that is not working. While from the moment you receive the helper from you, then
Yeah,
it becomes alive, and all those old teachings become alive and become very useful
yeah,
and revealing and yeah,
yeah,
and giving you a lot of joy actually.
yeah.
So much joy with the Lord. Picnic, yeah, having
Yeah,
fun.
it all comes down to, do you want the real devotee or do you want the fake? You want like a replica, or you want the real quality. See, the real quality. So the devotees are the real quality, and the illusory representation is the fake, is it's got nothing inside. It's that's what Jesus used. He said the Pharisees were like these sepulchres. On the outside, they're all white and they look nice on the outside. But inside, there's really nothing there. There's no substance, no real life. The real life is the truth, man. The real life is Satchidananda. You know, that's why we come here for the life every day. We come to charge our little soul, which is only charged by, sadhu sangha and hearing, chanting, and congregational chanting like this. Uh, um, yeah,
Fantastic, Guru Maharaj. It's fantastic that you came to the world.
well, fantastic! You guys are coming too, man. That's why we're having a party. You
We
know,
are the lucky ones. We are we are invited.
yeah. Anybody want to come to the party? You can do it here if you come here and you feel called. If you feel called, you know it from within. Yeah. Yeah. Well, even even we'll call you if you feel called to defeat our philosophy here. Oh, that's good. We could use a little fun. It's all in fun and education. Let's see how deep the truth is here. Let's see how deep the truth is there in your consciousness. I think we're going to get more of that someday. More people meet
Yeah,
in Shamlanjas or something.
yeah. The stronger the sangha becomes, it will work like that.
Yeah.
The Pharisees will come as well. The coward boys come first. The fishermen come first, and then later, here and there. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's cooler.
Bhakti Vinod Thakur, he wrote a book called Jaiva Dharma, and there were the Brahmins and then the real Vaishnavas who had the real bhakti, and the Brahmanas would come and meet the devotees, the actual Vaishnavas, the real ones, but they would come so that they could speak and they could talk, and the Vaishnavas kept cheating them, and they wouldn't preach like. They'd go, "Oh yes, you come to tea. Oh yes, we'll sit here and listen to your discourse." And they didn't say anything, and they just let their false egos reign. So, in other words, they don't get really purified. Lord Chaitanya did that with some Ramachandra Puri and others sometimes. Yeah, he would just say, "Oh, you're just instructing me. I'm like a small boy," and all this, and then they would go on their way and not being changed. They were always still against and critical of real devotees. But when the Lord chastised somebody, like Devananda Pandit was a good example, the guy became a pure devotee in this life. In like days maybe. Chastisement is very important, actually. You're lucky if you get it.
Yeah, that's how you grow up. It's a
Yeah.
part of growing up. It's not like with the Vaidis where everybody stays the same as they were, no change. It's same face, same words. No, this is really, you get kicked on, on your ass.
No, it's great. It's really good. It's that just speeds up your process.
You're growing up over and over again. This is a path you walk, that's why it is so attractive. It is non-stop because it gives you a future perspective, um, knowing, oh my God, what I receive now is already so boo. If I
Yeah.
compare it to 6 years ago, I want more. I want more.
Yeah.
I'm curious
That's
now.
it. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
curious.
That's the nature of this bhakti. I love this chanting. It's just getting more deep and more like ever fresh and refreshing. It's like going to people go to the toilet to freshen up. Here we go to the cleanest place around to freshen up, the Lord's name. It makes a fresh thing on everything. I love it. Come on, sleeping. Wake the heck up, man. Come. If you come into this Sangha here while we're here, who knows how long this will last. But while we're here doing this, it's great opportunity. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're not conscious of Krishna, you
Yeah.
have no pleasure in the shelter of the pastimes. You need to be
Yeah.
conscious of it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's where you have to be awakened. You got to be, it's like Jesus said, unless you're born again, you cannot enter the kingdom. You have to have this spiritual regeneration. Otherwise, the neophyte level, you're not changed yet. So we're here to introduce the kind of like what Jesus did, and what Lord Chaitanya did too. Jesus helps kind of understand the process of whether, because it's very secret. It's kind of no brainer to us. Live by the Spirit and all that. But what most people don't know this. This is like a foreign language or something. It's like, what is going on there? It's like, how a fish is in the water and then there's land and things going on in the land. The fish are in the water. They can't, what's going on over there? They can't understand what's going on the land. We're on the land, man, and that's why we're fishing. Hey, man, anybody want to come up here on the land? Here, we won't eat you. We're just fishing for sport, liberate some fish. Yeah. Also, some fish become amphibious too. They become, able to live in the water and in land. I think a real devotee is kind of like that. A real devotee lives in the water, the material world here in the Maya, but also is on the land. They can breathe. You know.
Vrindavan is really a kingdom.
Yeah, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
The land of milk and honey, really.
Mm, that's good. All right, so I think I'm a little bit tired now. I feel like saving my voice. I think I want to do another round a little bit later. I like this 3 times a day thing now.
Okay.
Yeah, I noticed my chanting gets better because the less breaks I have in between. So yeah, and it just kind of continues. It's easier to rev the motor up. Krishna's not like merciful to me like you, where you just open your mouth and then Krishna comes running.
I have my tricks.
Huh?
I have my tricks.
Yeah, see, yeah, I gotta learn some of those tricks. Okay, so we'll see you all later. Thank you for coming on live, Lilita. It's awesome. Please pray for me that I can become more ecstatic than you.
You are already. Come on, Guru Maharaj. You're keeping me alive.
I
You're
thought you were
keeping me
reading
alive.
some comment.
Huh?
I thought you were reading some
Oh no.
comment.
Okay, Haribol, everybody. Have a great day. Hare Krishna.